Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. And we got one for Black Clover, episode 168. Excited, but at the same time, that means there are only 2 episodes left for Black Clover. So, I'm a bit hurt by that, if I'm being honest. This episode was very, I liked it a lot. Biggest thing though was that it was spoiled for me literally last week, or I want to say last week, because we introduced to the vice captain of the Black Bulls, and it might have been week 4 last. Either way it go, I was wondering who he was. I was talking about it on TikTok, and then people proceeded to say, "Hey, his name," like you just looking through comments, and something just catches your eye, and before you know it, you done read the whole thing. It was like, "Hey, his name Natch." It's spelled Natch, but I think they say Nat. But nonetheless, it said his name's Nat. He's the vice captain of the Black Bulls, and he had 4 devils. Like after I read it, I'm just like, I felt nothing but like betrayal, because I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just going. I need to delete the comment. I just didn't go back to that comment section. Whatever. I don't remember what video it was on. I just never went back to that comment section no more. Okay, I probably should just delete the whole video. I'm very disappointed because Oscar wakes up. They lost, of course. They're hearing about the other people losing, and they wake up and like, hey, we have to. We're coming up with a plan. But before that, Oscar's trying to leave literally on his own to go back to rescue Yami. He's quickly stopped by Nat and basically is told, like, dude, you can't beat me. You finna go over there and try to save him when you couldn't beat him out, Dante already, and there's two others with the power similar to his. What do you think you're gonna do? Like, you stand no chance. Which is, I mean, obviously true. It can pretty much save Austin's life, if we're just being honest. Fact of the matter is, he basically gives him the rundown, and we learn more about Nat and how we don't learn how he becomes a member of the Black Bulls, but we do learn that, like, hey, this him and Yami don't have the best relationship, which pretty much fits Yami's character entirely. Who he would appoint somebody as vice captain who doesn't really like him. Like that just fits pretty much for who Yami is. By the way, don't bother. I know a lot of people ask, who's the picture? I'm at a friend's house. Okay, this is their home. So yes, the white cover there. That's my brother and his wife. But yeah, back to the episode. We have a captain's meeting, and they're pretty much like, yo, those guys were too weak. They let their guard down. They got captured. Jack gets frustrated, like, I'm out of here. Who cares? And one thing I like, Jack really hasn't done a lot. But this episode, we see Jack was not just leaving. I'm thinking like, damn, that's kind of harsh of Jack. Jack was on his way to try to go rescue Yami. Like, as much as they talk noise to each other, you can tell that, like, they actually have like kind of a keen friendship. Because he was like, yo, you're not gonna sit around here. And you legitimately think he's just probably like, I'm leaving. And he was going after him, and like we have a squabble between all the captains because they're all saying their opinions. They all feel like strong on their stance about what's going on. But they really don't know anything until Nat shows up with Asta and basically says, hey, this guy is going to be the key to our victory. And he pretty much lets them know, like, hey, who he is, and like his whole deal as to like what they plan on doing, and what exactly, how long they have. 3 days. I'm thinking Asta finna train for 3 days with Nat, possibly get stronger. It just kind of makes you think, like, damn, what if Asta had trained with him for these past 6 months? You know? Of course, we also know Asta's arm is completely gone now. That's pretty much been sold over to the devil. So, we learn about the tree of Clibbeth. I think that's how you pronounce it. And the fact that, like, the demons, well, of course, we know the devils get stronger. And the lower you go, the more layers you get down, the stronger the devil. And the one devil they don't want to release is Lucifer, which we know I think that's the devil that possessed Dante though. So I'm kind of wondering how strong are the other devils, and are they stronger? Like they say, the top devils are strong, the ones they fought. But since Lucifer was the strongest, well, I guess that does make sense because Dante wasn't able to tap into like 100% of his power. He was only able to tap into 80. So that does make sense. But that's pretty much just foreshadowing. There's no way we don't get to see all these devils. Okay, no way we don't get to see all these devils. Also, it was nice seeing Nat's devil, the little small one. I can't think of his name. Probably his name. Then he had the three others, which was also pretty dope to see. And now they're just coming up with a strategy in order to go save them. Like I said, Asta's the key. Another thing that I thought was really good, that I wish we would have got more of, was Well, it's not that I wish we got more of it. It's that what happened with giving this whole speech and pretty much talking about how he feel about vengeance and how the Golden Dawn feel about vengeance, I thought was good. But this is one of those times I feel like that's when you should have utilized those filler episodes to further show like his connection with the Golden Dawn. Because even if it's just filler, we would have been able to see the relationship between the Golden, like they had that one episode where I don't think that was filler, but between Langris and but I feel like we should have had more episodes building up, showing like the relationship between the Golden Dawn and the captain. Because that way, when gave that speech, it would have landed much more. I still think the speech was effective, 100%. But I think it would have landed more if we never really just seen their relationship. We never seen them like powwow and like just kicking it with each other. That's one thing I kind of feel like filler would have solved. But there's times like filler is not anybody's favorite thing in anime, but there's times when you can utilize it to like just further a story without it actually being canon. It just kind of just shows you how certain characters get along together. Another thing that I didn't talk about, that's pretty much like the end of the main stuff. Another thing we learn about is Gray's attribute. Like we thought it was transformation, but they're saying it's might possibly something other completely, because she didn't transform his stuff. She basically recreated it entirely. Now, if you can completely recreate tissue in someone's body, you can completely change the look of them. There's so many different things that you can explore with that. That honestly feels like a broken ability. So it kind of, if she uses it the right way, it kind of feels like overhauls, while he can like break something down and put it back together how he want to, So that's gonna be something to look out for, Good episode, man. We introduced to a cool character. It was crazy. We only gonna have him for 2 episodes. Just from a mistake eating this bacon on camera. I apologize. But yeah, you guys let me know what you thought about the episode down in the comments. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys are staying safe out there, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.